Hello guys, welcome back to channel. You know, there are two sets of 7 wonders of the world, ancient and modern. As to know modern 7 wonders of the world: Great Wall of China, El Castillo, Petra, Machu Picchu, Christ the Redeemer, Colosseum, Taj Mahal. So, today we're going to look 7 wonders of the world in ancient times. 1. Great Pyramid of Giza, Egypt. The Great Pyramid, located at Giza on the west bank of the Nile River north of Cairo in Egypt, is the only wonder of the ancient world that has survived to the present day. It is part of a group of 3 pyramids: Khufu, Cheops, Khafra, Chephren, and Menkora, Miserimus, that were built between 2700 BC and 2500 BC as royal tombs. The largest and most impressive is Khufu, known as the Great Pyramid, which covers 13 acres and is believed to contain more than 2 million stone blocks that weigh from 2 to 30 tons each. 2. Hanging Gardens of Babylon. According to ancient Greek poets, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon were built near the Euphrates River in modern-day Iraq by the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar II around 600 BC. The gardens were said to have been planted as high as 75 feet in the air on a huge square brick terrace that was laid out in steps like a theater. The king allegedly built the towering gardens to ease his lover Amytis' homesickness for the natural beauty of her home in Media, the northwestern part of modern-day Iran. Later writers described how people could walk underneath the beautiful gardens, which rested on tall stone columns. 3. Statue of Zeus at Olympia. The famed statue of Zeus, the king of the gods in Greek mythology, was crafted by the Athenian sculptor Phidias and completed and placed in the temple of Zeus at Olympia, site of the ancient Olympics, around the mid-5th century BC. The statue depicted the god of thunder seated bare-chested at a wooden throne. Holding up the throne's armrests were 2 carved sphinxes, mythical creatures with the head and chest of a woman, the body of lion and the wings of a bird. The statue of Zeus was richly decorated with gold and ivory. At 40 feet, it was so tall that its head nearly touched the top of the temple. 4. Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. There was actually more than one temple of Artemis. A series of several altars and temples was destroyed and then restored on the same site in Ephesus, a Greek port city on the west coast of modern-day Turkey. The most fabulous of these structures were 2 marble temples built around 550 BC and 350 BC, respectively. Apart from Olympus, the sun never looked on anything so grand. The writer Antipater of Sidon wrote of the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. 5. Mausoleum at atHalifanasis. Located in what is now southeastern Turkey, the Mausoleum at atHalifanasis was a tomb built by Artemisia for her husband, Mausolus, the king of Carnia in Asia Minor, after his death in 353 BC. Mausolus was also Artemisia's brother, and, according to legend, she was so grief-stricken at his passing that she mixed his ashes with water and drank them in addition to ordering the mausoleum's construction. The massive mausoleum was made entirely of white marble and is thought to have been about 135 feet high. The building's complicated design, consisting of 3 rectangular layers, may have been an attempt to reconcile Lycian, Greek and Egyptian architectural styles. The first layer was a 60-foot base of steps, followed by a middle layer of 36 ionic columns and a stepped, pyramid-shaped roof. At the very top of the roof lay the tomb, decorated by the work of 4 sculptors, and a 20-foot marble rendition of a 4-horse chariot. 6. Colossus of Rhodes. The Colossus of Rhodes was an enormous bronze sculpture of the sun god Helios built by the Rhodians over 12 years in the 3rd century BC. The city was the target of a Macedonian siege early in the 4th century BC and, according to legend, the Rhodians sold the tools and equipment left behind by the Macedonians to pay for the Colossus. Designed by the sculptor Chairs, the statue was, at 100 feet, the tallest of the ancient world. It was completed around 280 BC and stood for 60 years until it was toppled in an earthquake. It was never rebuilt. Hundreds of years later, Arabs invaded Rhodes and sold the remains of the statue as scrap metal. 7. Lighthouse of Alexandria. The Lighthouse of Alexandria was located on a small island called Pharos near the city of Alexandria. Designed by the Greek architect Sostratus and completed around 270 BC during the reign of Ptolemy II, the lighthouse helped to guide Nile River ships in and out of the city's busy harbor. Archaeologists have found ancient coins on which the lighthouse was depicted, and from them deduced that the structure had 3 tiers: a square level at the bottom, an octagonal level in the middle and a cylindrical top. Above that stood a 16-foot statue, most likely of Ptolemy II or Alexander the Great, for whom the city was named. Although estimates of the lighthouse's height have ranged from 200 to 600 feet, most modern scholars believe it was about 380 feet tall. The lighthouse was gradually destroyed during a series of earthquakes from 956 to 1323. Some of its remains have since been discovered at the bottom of the Nile. On bonus we have the 8th wonder you wanna look. Here it is. So please subscribe to channel.